The world watched in shock. On March 11, 2025, former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte was arrested. The scene unfolded in Manila. Duterte was returning from a trip to Hong Kong. He was with his family and friends. As he stepped off the plane, Philippine authorities were waiting. They had an international warrant. The warrant was from the International Criminal Court, or ICC. Duterte was accused of crimes against humanity. The arrest did not go smoothly. A tense standoff ensued. It lasted for 12 hours. Duterte resisted. His family interfered. His common-law wife injured a police officer. She used a cell phone as a weapon. His daughter, Sara Duterte, yelled at officers. Duterte's executive secretary was arrested. The charge was obstruction of justice. Eventually, Duterte was taken into custody. He was flown to The Hague, Netherlands. There, he would face the ICC. The former president, known for his tough talk, was now a prisoner. The ICC issued the arrest warrant for a reason. Duterte was accused of horrific crimes. The charges stemmed from his time as president. From 2016 to 2022, he waged a brutal war on drugs. Thousands of Filipinos died. The official death toll is 6,000. However, human rights groups believe the true number is much higher. They estimate tens of thousands were killed. Duterte's methods were controversial. He encouraged extrajudicial killings. Police and vigilantes targeted suspected drug users and dealers. They often acted with impunity. Many innocent people were caught in the crossfire. The ICC investigation focused on the widespread and systematic nature of the killings. They deemed them crimes against humanity. The war on drugs was popular with some Filipinos. They were fed up with crime and drug addiction. However, the brutality shocked many. Human rights groups condemned the killings. They called for justice. The ICC arrest was a long time coming. Duterte's reaction to the arrest was defiant. He had long railed against the ICC. He called it a tool of Western imperialism. He withdrew the Philippines from the court in 2019. However, the ICC still had jurisdiction. The alleged crimes occurred while the Philippines was a member. Before his arrest, Duterte had acknowledged the warrant. He said he was ready to face the consequences. In a video message, he took responsibility for the drug war. He vowed to protect the police and military personnel involved. He told his supporters, "I am okay, do not worry." However, his actions during the arrest told a different story. His resistance and his family's behavior showed a lack of cooperation. He reportedly told an arresting officer, "You have to kill me to bring me to The Hague." His defiance would be a key part of his defense. The arrest of Rodrigo Duterte is a watershed moment. It is a victory for the International Criminal Court. The ICC has often been criticized. Some accuse it of being ineffective, others say it is biased against African countries. The court has struggled to hold powerful figures accountable. It has issued warrants for individuals like Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu. These warrants remain unenforced. Duterte is the first Asian former head of state indicted by the ICC. He is the first suspect flown to The Hague in 3 years. His arrest demonstrates the ICC's reach. It shows that no one is above the law. The case has far-reaching implications. Section 5. Political machinations in the Philippines. The arrest has sent shockwaves through Philippine politics. Duterte remains a popular figure. He has many supporters. They view the arrest as a betrayal. They accuse the current president, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., of orchestrating it. Marcos Jr. denies these accusations. He claims he did not surrender Duterte to foreign powers. However, his cooperation with the ICC facilitated the extradition. Some believe this is a political maneuver by Marcos Jr. They point to a falling out between the two families. Duterte's daughter, Sara Duterte, is now the vice president. She is a powerful figure in her own right. She condemned the arrest. She called it an affront to Philippine sovereignty. The arrest has deepened political divisions in the country. Section 6. The world reacts. The international community is watching the case closely. Human rights groups applauded the arrest. They called it a step towards justice. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, praised the move. He said it was a significant step towards accountability. However, not everyone is pleased. China has criticized the ICC. They view the arrest as an example of Western interference. Other countries are also wary of the ICC's power. They fear it could be used against them. The case has sparked a global debate. The debate is about the role of the ICC. It is about national sovereignty. It is about the fight for justice. Section 7. Life in detention. Duterte is currently being held at the ICC detention center in The Hague. The facility is modern and humane. It is a far cry from the prisons in the Philippines. Duterte has a private cell. He has access to a computer, a library, and sports facilities. He can even prepare his own food. He also has access to medical care, lawyers, and visitors. His daughter, Sara Duterte, has traveled to The Hague to support him. She is helping to prepare his legal defense. Despite the relatively comfortable conditions, detention is still detention. Duterte is no longer a powerful president. He is a prisoner awaiting trial. Section 8. The wheels of justice turn. Duterte appeared before ICC judges on March 14, 2025. He was informed of the charges against him. He was also informed of his rights. A confirmation of charges hearing will be held soon. During this hearing, the prosecution will present its evidence. The judges will then decide if there is sufficient evidence for a trial. This process could take months or even years. If Duterte is found guilty, he could face a lengthy prison sentence. The trial will be complex and challenging. The prosecution will need to prove that Duterte is responsible for the crimes. They will need to overcome legal hurdles. They will need to navigate the complexities of international law. Section 9. What the future holds. The arrest of Rodrigo Duterte is a pivotal moment. It remains to be seen how the case will unfold. If he is convicted, it will send a strong message. The message is that even heads of state are not above the law. However, an acquittal would be a major setback for the ICC. The case has put a spotlight on the Philippines. It has highlighted the country's struggles with crime, corruption, and human rights. It has also ignited a debate about justice, accountability, and the role of international institutions. The world is watching and waiting for the final verdict.